All right, a beautiful morning. Welcome to Women's Corner. My name is Rose Blossom. Women's way forward to make things better, and of course we'll try to empower women on this program. Remember, this program runs from 11 a.m. to 12 noon every Monday through Friday, and of course we're streaming live on Facebook and Twitter at Galaxy Television, so you can just tune in to actually watch. And if you're not close to a TV screen, you don't want to go through Facebook, you can download Galaxy Television app from Google Play Store or Apple Play Store. You're welcome to the show. Today we're talking about mentorship before marriage. Is it necessary? Should we keep to it? And after marriage, should we still continue with the mentorship? I have an expert here. She's a life coach, so she'll be talking to us, to educate us on the best way to go when it comes to relationship and marriage. But before I introduce my guests, let's go for a short break. And right after the short break, we'll definitely have some tip. Then we'll have our guests join us and we'll talk about what we have for today. So stay with us. Let's go for a short break. Right, welcome back. I hope I've answered a lot of people's questions, but hopefully we'll get tips on how, aside from going viral, on how you can actually monetize your page and start making some cool cash, cool dollars actually from, your content. Anyways, like I said, this is about, women are asking me questions, but I know from this one, both men and children can actually get to understand. So my guest is Omoyemi Becky Olatunji. She is the lead consultant in Bold Life Dynamics. She is a life coach, as I earlier said. She's a sex and sexuality coach. She's also a teen mentor. And also she writes books. She's an author. She's also an associate family life practitioner from the Institute of Family Life Engineering, Nigeria. Good morning, Becky.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me, sis?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Can you hear me? Good morning. It's raining heavily in this part, so
It's
that's why
actually raining heavily here. It's very heavy. Thank God network is on our side today.
It's my privilege.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, we're talking about mentorship before marriage. Now, what's your take first about mentorship before marriage? Do you believe mentorship should come most times the church will tell you have to do 6 months, but now they've reduced it to 3 months. Do you believe it must be when you're ready to get married or about to get married? You will not start your mentorship and do your counseling 3 months to your marriage, or you believe the mentorship should even be there right from time, even before meeting the man. After meeting the man, you should still probably have a mentor that will mentor the both of you together that you respect, or you believe in just the 3 months before marriage. But what's your take first?
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. So when I saw the topic, I was glad because I believe many marriages that we are having now lack that foundation. And that is why we are having lots of cases of divorce and separation. Now, we need to know there is a difference between mentorship and a difference between counseling. Now, what the churches do, or what religious places, what they do mostly is counseling. They don't really do mentoring. So, mentoring is different from counseling. So, people that want to get married, in some churches, they go for counseling, where they are being taught or they are being taken through some basics of marital life and what they are told a little bit of what they should expect in marriage. But it's so far from mentorship. Now, when you talk about mentorship, we have direct mentorship and we have indirect mentorship. I, for one, I will advise that people, even before you get to that stage of let's get married, women to get to the age of you want to start thinking of I want to get married. That is when you need to start your mentoring. So you can have a direct mentoring or you can have an indirect mentoring. So when I talk about direct mentoring, I mean you should look around you, look at any marriage that you like and you want to emulate that kind of marriage. You want to have that kind of union with your future partner. You need to get closer to those couples and be mentored by them. So that is direct mentoring. Then indirect mentoring, we have people online, we have social media couples, we have people that are doing marital counseling and all that, and they are teaching you what the basics or the things that has to do with marriages. You can get mentored by them by signing up for their program, by reading their books and what have you. So that is indirect mentoring. So we actually advise people to go for mentorship before marriage. It's so different from the counseling that we have in churches, because the counseling that we have in churches is not as deep as mentorship. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for that one. So you actually just made us understand that there is a direct mentorship and there's an indirect. If I understand clearly, direct are people around you. Maybe someone who's married and you look up to the person. Maybe even in your line of work, you pick somebody that, you just want the person to be mentoring you. And also you said the indirect mentoring is the social media and, the likes as you mentioned. Now, I'm concerned about the indirect mentorship. So, but between, for marriage, for personal growth, between indirect and direct mentoring, which do you think is better and safer? Because from the way you just described what you said, I feel like indirect mentorship is a bit risky if care is not taken. But I don't know. So that's what I'm asking, which one is better, indirect or direct?
Oh, direct mentorship actually is better because you can see this, you know what to do. Compared to social media, I think we have lots of um, fake people, specialized people. We have lots of celebrity marriage going on in social media space. So yeah, direct mentorship can actually be the best compared to but there are people that are too old. Now there is someone I follow so much on social media. This family we call her Mommy Mo. She's a hearing. Now I'm married as old as I am. I am 39 years old. I'm married with 39 years. She got married in September. I can't remember. I think first or second week of September. And I was actually born with it. So each time she was marriage anniversary, I actually see their marriage as like her age. And she is very rich, very sweet. We actually follow her pages. She doesn't really talk about what's for or what the good thing that is happening to her, like what she says about some challenges that she has. Those are the people you want her for. Not the people that will always share with you all the good parts, because let me just tell you the truth. Marriage has a bed of roses and also a bed of thorns. Truly. So marriage, there are challenges in marriage and there are also good times in marriage. So but we have some people that they always share about the good things happening to them without really talking about those challenges that they go through and all that. And people will see them and they will say, I want to be like you, I want to be like you. And there are some also people that fake it, that we have lots of them, that they fake it and feel like everything is okay with them. Then along the line,
Becky, can you hear me? Hello, Becky.
Yes, I can hear you. I
Hello.
can hear you. Can you hear
Can
me?
you use your mic exactly so we can hear you properly? Exactly. Kindly use the mic.
Okay.
Yeah, we're missing some of the words you're saying. Yes, thank you very much. Continue,
Okay. So my apologies, please. Okay.
It's fine.
So what I was saying is that as we have the good ones on social media, we also have the not so good ones that will not come out to talk about their challenges. And people will always feel like, I want to be like this person, I want to be like this person, not knowing that they also have fire burning under them. So the direct mentorship will give you the opportunity to actually study these people, study them directly. You can see them physically, you are aware of them. I will always advise people, when people come for counseling with me, I always tell them, who are the people that you admire the most? You need to have one before you get married. Even after you get married, you need to have a couple that you model your marriage, that will help you, because the challenges definitely will come. So I will choose direct mentorship over indirect mentorship. But when you find yourself in a situation where the marriages around and not the type of marriages that you would like to have. I was once in that situation when I was still young. I was still single. I saw a lot of marriages around me, and there is none of it that I would like my own kind of marriage to replicate. I don't want anything that has to do. Then I made up my mind that I don't want to get married to a pastor. I used to say that I don't want to get married to a pastor because of the things I saw around me. So it took me some time to just get out of that environment, to look beyond where I was, to see marriages, even pastor homes that are doing so well. They are doing so well. So you just go out of your space, go out of your community, and look for marriages that you can model your own future marriage after. So direct mentorship actually is the best. In a case where you can't find direct mentorship, you can always go for the indirect mentorship by reading books, by going for programs organized by these people. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, I jotted something down now. While you were talking, the first question that came to my head, I was like, okay, we're talking about mentorship. Some persons do not actually believe in mentorship. They always call them a third party. You understand? And most persons, they believe they are private when they don't have mentorship. They believe, I don't want a third party, please. I don't want anybody to advise me. Now I want to ask, now somebody asked a question recently and said, is it possible for you to get married to a man? Now I'm talking as a lady, getting married to a man that does not have a mentor. Because I believe a mentor is someone you respect and dishes advice to you, and of course you listen. Is it possible for a lady to actually get married to a man that does not have a mentor and the marriage still works? Now, if yes, how do you think such a woman can actually coordinate herself when there is an issue? Who is she going to turn to? Who is she going to speak to that will be able to, talk to the both of them or talk to a partner? Now, another thing again is some persons also believe that this is a quite different one. The one I asked is quite different from this now. Some persons believe that I don't need mentorship because why? They are human beings like me. So if I go to meet them to ask for advice, I believe that they can't give me an advice I will give myself better, and does not even mean that I can even do better. They can even do better than I am. They can give me an advice, but if they give an advice, I don't still think the advice is still going to be best for me, because they are giving advice based on maybe books or what the person had learned. So can you please just help clarify the two questions? I know they sound a bit similar, but they are quite different. Can you please just clear the air on that part so a lot of people can understand maybe the reasons why we need a mentor?
Okay. Thank you for that question. When I was preparing for this meeting, something similar to that up in my mind, and I decided I'm going to share the way I'm going to answer this question is going to be based on personal experiences and based on my interaction with people that have been in this situation. Now, a major red flag a single lady or a single guy should watch out for in their partner or intended spouse is when that person has nobody that they can call a role model or a mentor. No, nobody that actually they submit to. That is a major red flag. That's a major red flag, because it actually is equal to being proud. It's equal to being arrogant. Let me just put it that way. And it's equal to being an island, like I know it all. I don't need anybody to talk to me. Now, if you look at the list of successful people in the world in any field, there's no one that is successful that does not have a mentor. Now, what does a mentor do? A mentor helps you to make the journey faster. The mentor helps to pull you up when you're down. The mentor uses experience, not just book knowledge, especially when that person has gone through what you are just about to start. So if a man says that I don't need anybody to talk to, and you still go ahead to marry the person, see, when it gets to the point where you need somebody to talk to him, you will not see anybody to talk to him. Because why? There's always a point in our life where we need someone's wisdom aside from our wisdom, we always need someone's wisdom. So you need to be careful if you are in a relationship with somebody and the person is telling you that I don't need anybody. Now, my personal experience was that I have this sister that when they wanted to get married to, when she wanted to get married to the guy, and she said, the guy said that he has a mentor, but the mentor is not going to approve this marriage. So let's not see him. Let's get married first, and after the marriage, we'll see him. So it was after the marriage she now discovered that this man has actually been married before, and he knows that the mentor will disagree or will not approve him getting married to this woman. So it was after the marriage when challenges were coming up that she has to go to this mentor. And when she spoke with the mentor and stuff, the mentor now said, okay, now you can see this man has been married before. He's married. He's still married. Not that the marriage has started. The marriage is still there. But he was protecting this woman from the mentor. He doesn't want this woman to know that he has been married. And so that experience actually taught me something, that the first thing you need to ask a person you are intending to get married to is that, who is your mentor? Who do you submit to? Whose authority do you submit to? Every one of us needs an authority over us. Every one of us, brigade as he is, he definitely has a mentor. These people definitely has mentors. So if you, as a man, you now say you don't need somebody to talk to you, you already know what to do, you already have all the wisdom. No, you're wrong, because the day will come, you need somebody else's wisdom. Even if you look at the holy books in the Holy Quran, the Bible, we still see the prophet and all of it. They have somebody that, aside from God, that they still submit to, they still listen to. So this is a very important aspect that intended couples should need to listen to. Because when you get married, when there are challenges between husband and wife, and you as a woman, you're talking to the man is not listening to you, you need somebody that can help you talk, that can help you explain your own points better. He may not want to listen to you, but that voice, he will have to listen to that voice. So you need someone that is humble enough to have a mentor that is submissive enough. The person can be the father. So when a man doesn't obey his father, is not submissive to the father, and still doesn't have a father figure in his life that he listens to, that's a big red flag. That's a big red flag. So we women, or young intending women, should actually look out for this. And even we women too, we need to have someone that will listen to. As I have more than 5-6 persons that my partner knows that if Becky is not really listening to me, there are people that he calls that once they call me, I can't say no. Even if I'm not agreeing at that point, I have to listen to them first. Then I share my own point. So every one of us need an authority in our life. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. I like the fact that you actually broke it down. So it's very important. And thank you for also sharing your personal experience. So now, with your personal experience, let's talk about your personal experience. Now, is there anyone that you probably have come across that had mentorship, either as a woman or a man? She was being mentored, he was being mentored before marriage. And even after marriage, they are still being mentored. But still, the mentorship, from looks of things, is as though mentoring was not even helping them. It was more like they were using it to probably cover up their differences. Okay, let me try to cite an example. This did not happen, but I'm sure it's probably happening out there. Let's assume two couples, they're always having issues, and they find out that if the lady finds out that if I report him to the mentor, his mentor, he ends up, becoming a better person for her. Now, that is because the man respects the lady. Or if the man reports her to her mentor, she tends to listen, at least for the meantime, and, adjust herself. But issues keep happening, and they keep mentoring. So it's like they're using the person who they call their mentor as a tool to settle. I have to put it as a tool, because it's for a while. but they come back, it's almost the same thing, they're coming to report again, and it's still happening. Do you think people actually misuse this opportunity of having a mentor, and instead of using the opportunity to get themselves better, their relationship better, they just use it to settle, and they end up doing the same thing in marriage, to the extent that maybe eventually they find out that the mentor is not helping anymore, because when they get to the mentor, the man is also tired of, probably settling the issue, or at that point the man or the woman is not even trying to listen to the mentor again, because maybe they're exhausted. Have anything like of that happened? And if it has happened, what's your advice to couples like that?
Yes. So before I talk about my personal experience, I would like to say that if such a case happens, then there's an issue. Is beyond the mentor's role. The couple have an issue that both of them need to sort out. Both of them need, maybe they need a therapy, or they need a counselor to help them unravel what it is that could be happening. It could be an unresolved conflict, or it could be an unresolved past that may not even be related to the marriage. It could be a trauma, a childhood trauma, or anything that could be coming up. Now, let's say, for example, the woman, or let's say the man has issue with anger, and he gets easily angry and gets abusive, and after that he sober and is apologetic. The mentor talks to him, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to do this again. And then something happens again, he gets angry, and unless he gets to the root of that anger and resolve it, it will keep happening and happening and happening, and you still keep on going back to this person to resolve issues for you. Now, I believe if we really, really want to be a better person, we need, first of all, to be humble, to listen to instruction, and then take adequate action. That's right, I take adequate action. Okay, this thing happened between me and my spouse. We are not communicating well. I don't want to see the mentor, and he help us through it. So we need to see that even after seeing the mentor, we need to sit down and say, okay, what is the way forward? What can we do to avoid this coming up again? Because even me as a human, if somebody comes to me with an issue, I help them resolve it, come back again with the same issue. At the end of the day, I'll feel like this person is not serious. Like, you are not ready to take responsibility for your life. So if you really, really want to take responsibility for your life, and you want to be serious, and you really wish that marriage to work, you need to identify the gaps, the areas that your mentor is actually helping you to solve. Now, when it comes to the issue of third party, I know that some people, okay, I think I've talked about the issue of third party, and you don't want third party, just you and your husband and all that, but you need to know that there should be somebody, not, I always advise couples to have one person. It doesn't have to be like you, the wife, you have your own pastor, or you have your own role model, you have your own this thing. Aside from my own mentors and my own role model and stuff, we as a couple, we need to have one person that both of us respect and we submit to. Just one person. That way it will be easier for you to avoid crowd in your home and concerning your marital issue. So you just agree, okay, this one person is this pastor is a person that we talk to. Anything that has to do with our marital issues, this is the person we talk to. So that person can be a pastor that you respect a lot, and that person can be maybe a family member that you respect a lot, and also have something that you guys desire to have. So that is just what I want to talk about, the third party aspect. I think I didn't talk about it last time. So, but the issue of recurring conflict, recurring issues that you have to involve the third party, you have to resolve. Then that means something is wrong, that is way deeper than what the mentor can resolve. And if the mentor is a professional, let's say a professional counselor or a professional therapy, it can help the couple to address that issue so that that past can be resolved, and then they can move on to a better future. And there are cases of couples that they have a good mentor, but at the end of the day, their marriage does not work out. It happens that way. It happens. So that is why every intended couples need to resolve their past traumas, childhood traumas, individual baggages that they want to bring into marriage. They need to resolve it first before starting another life with somebody on a clean slate. That one will help you in moving forward and growing with your partner. So I think I've answered that question.
Thank you very much. Yes, you did answer, and I like the fact that you had to make it straight. Even as I might even feel offended, like you said, you will feel offended and tired if somebody keeps coming with the same problem and you keep giving them the same advice. You even have to think to strategize and maybe give them another advice. To work things out, and they keep coming with the same problem. I think it's very normal for such mentor to probably not want to focus on them, or disregard them even as a couple, or take them as someone that is unserious. Now let's talk about what social media is causing now in relationships and marriage. Now you said direct is perfect, but I want us to talk a bit about the indirect. Now we know a lot of people don't even know that they've taken some celebrities or some personalities they see on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. They've taken them as their mentor. And now that brings me to the fact that someone is mentoring you, and maybe because you like the person's lifestyle, the way the person dishes advice, the way the person tweets, or the post the person always puts up, probably they are even married and the person's always, there's a particular lifestyle, you just like what the person does. Now, I feel that this, in a way, this indirect mentoring has harmed a lot of people's relationship and marriage. In fact, some will even put it out and seek for advice. Now, why I'm asking this question is I'm not even really asking. It's like, how do you advise someone who might have taken a good person, because we know social media is not the reality of life. It's just, whatever content that everybody wants to put out there. Now, how do you advise someone who sees an image of someone that you might never even be able to meet, but you take the person as a mentor, and you probably don't even know that you've taken the person as a mentor, but you always want to be like the person, you try to talk like the person, you try to, whatever you see the person do, you try it on. If you have a dress or you don't even have a dress, you probably want to look for something close to it, all those things. And I'm talking about the women part, because they see those things and they try to put it into their relationship, not knowing that what they are seeing out there is quite different from the reality in that person's marriage also. So how would you advise someone who has taken up mentorship with someone online that is not even a counselor, is not a certified teacher, is not a coach, but you just tend to just love this person? How would you advise somebody that, okay, this is how you can get a mentor, these are the things you should look out for in a person before you say, okay, this is the person I want to take as my mentor, even though the person is on social media?
Okay, thank you for that question. Thank you so much for that question. Yesterday I had a song that took me back memory lane. I don't know whether you remember this late Kefi. That was the singer. She sang one song, Branama.
Yeah.
There was one of her songs that she sang with then husband, one love song. And I think I was in the secondary school then. I loved this song so much. The video of that song, she talked about that she showed a marriage ceremony with the husband and all that. It was just so beautiful. In fact, whenever I watch that video, I always look forward to my own marriage, how my own love story is going to be like, and all that. But years after, she broke up with a man. The marriage did not work out. So yesterday, I was just thinking, what could have happened? I didn't really follow the breakup. This breakup was so kind of messy, I didn't follow the breakup. I didn't follow the story, but I was just wondering, someone that just wrote this song, did the video so beautiful, and then what could have happened? Now, for the question that you just shared, there are people like that. We see their marriages, it looks like it's very beautiful, it's perfect, and then the next thing, just one of them just come out and say, no, we are no longer together, this and this. Why? Because there are issues beyond the paparazzi that we're seeing. Everything we always boil down to what is your vision, what is your own personal vision, what is your own personal values, what are the things that you hold dear to yourself. Now, as a person, if you have your personal vision and you have your personal value, then you will know, okay, this is the person I want to follow. Because whatever the person is showing out there, it will be in line with whatsoever that person value is. And you will be able to say, okay, this person is sharing something in line with my values. And now now have a spouse. Together you have a home. You need to have a family vision. What are your family visions? Many families, they don't have a family vision. They don't have a family core values. What are your core values as a family? Now, if you can have a family vision, that is the destination where you're going to. What is your family wants to be known for? What do you want to build together? What kind of future do you want to build together? What kind of children do you want to raise? That is your vision. Now, you have a value. The value is, what are the things that we need to be doing that will take us to the destination where we are going. Now, your value can be honesty, can be respect, can be love, can be submission, can be all that. You as a family, you have a value. Now, if you have those values, those things should be able to keep you in place, should be able to put you like on the path. I don't think all those people putting their questions, their live listening on the social media and asking for advice, what do I do? They don't really have a value. They don't really have a vision. Because if you do, you should know you are not supposed to bring out your leanings out to the public for them to watch it for you. Because all manner of people are going to give you advice based on their own perspective and based on their own view of the world. So I used to laugh when I see things like that, and I will be wondering, okay, you that you ask the question, which advice are you now going to go with? Because everybody is just going to talk based on their own past experiences, based on their own upbringing, and based on their background. They're just coming to give you advice. So you, as a family, you have a value, you have a vision, you know where you're going, then you should know the kind of people you are to follow, the kind of marriages you are to model after, and the kind of people you are to celebrate. Just anybody, not just anybody. So that's all I want to. And also, I also want to advise everybody that, is the going can be tough, that people don't get comfortable talking about their challenges or their what they are going through. But you should also understand that we are all humans. Things happen. There are some marriages that break up, not that they intended. Nobody go into marriage to divorce. Nobody intentionally go into marriage that I want to divorce at the end of the day. We all went into marriage with the mind view of I want to do a forever life with this person. And if life happens, which often will happen, if life happens, we should learn to not put on our judgment hat and start judging. You should have been perfect. You should have been you should have done that. No, this shouldn't have. No, we should understand that human factors for something will have happened. But now thinking that okay, because this marriage break, yours too can break, I think it's a wrong thing to think of. Yours can also be perfect. Yours can last longer than this other person that you are trying to emulate after. So some things can happen that may not make marriage last for some people, but it is left for you to now pick lessons from what those other people, okay, this is what they are not doing, this is what they should have done. Pick those lessons, apply it to your life, and move on. That's all I will advise. So I actually, in conclusion, I don't really advise people to bring out their life challenges, bring it to the social media and be asking questions. That is where you need a mentor or you need a role model, someone that you can easily go and meet and this is what I'm going through. This is what I need your advice. And that the person advice you does not mean that you must take the advice of that person. It could just help you broaden your options, help you to see better about what you're going through, and then you pick your better options or better answer from it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much. Our time is already fast spent. I would like to appreciate you so much for joining us. You gave us so much advice. And of course, when you see a coach that knows where she's coming from and knows where she's going to, definitely she'll give you advice. And it's amazing for every advice you're giving and for every question you ask, you always use your personal experience, and that's one of the best way you can teach anybody. And I think is the best way anyone can learn, because they will tell you experience is the best teacher. So when you experience, you have the better idea of how to handle something. Thank you so much, Becky, for joining us. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed yourself on the show.
I do. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. And that'll be all we can take from Omoyemi Becky Olatunji. Like I said, she's a coach, she's an author, she's so much more. I hope you learned one or two. We'll call it a wrap right now on Women's